Welcome back to Fasi Fas, where we're making way for women on the leadership path and make some noise.
Now, today we are talking about money and the impact that has on women who are trying to get into politics. Of course, if you have some thoughts on that, feel free to get in touch with us on our social media platforms. That is Fasi Fas across all social media platforms.
Now, as depressing as this might sound, can we say that politics is a game for the rich in Uganda?
Not everybody in parliament is a rich person. I've seen some really wretched poor people in
parliament. How do you know they're poor?
They are LC3 councillors who eventually made it to politics. Yeah. It's not about the richest people. It must be about people with the richest ideas about this country, not necessarily money. To reduce it to those who have money, again, is to exclude a bigger percentage of our country. And I think that we must discourage the use of money as a basis for decisions in politics.
Yes, but let's go back to women in politics. And I mean, the issue keeps coming back of financial inclusion, and but we have women who have gone ahead and made it. The few who have managed to overcome. What have they done that other women can pick from and say, okay,
there are several things. There are people who have come from historically powerful families that your father's name alone is enough to win you a seat. Or your mother's name alone is enough to win you a seat. Or your husband's name alone or your wife's name alone can win you a seat. So there are people who have come from those historically powerful families who are either propertied or are rich and have made a name or political backgrounds. That's one group. The second group are women who have, over time, learned the tricks of politics. They can dance so well and please people in the gathering.
It's not. I think not very many are really dancing. But it's this media that kind of like. but I think that second point, for a woman to become a politician today, it's like you build it from a very, and then you take a low level, and you take it for quite a longer time to get there or to get into the limelight. Yet a man could just start once and like gets on the spot.
We can want to have an ideological situation where everything is fair and balanced and nice, but the reality of that is that it might not be what's on the ground, at least for now. So for women trying to get into the political sphere, what can they do now at this particular point in time?
I think for me, we'll start with current representation as it is. If we could have, instead of, right now we have affirmative action where women are given a seat, a special seat. I just think that split it into 50-50 and just say you're not a woman representative, you're not a male man representative, you're just representing the people. So you have a law that says that for a parliament to be constituted, it has to be 50% women, 50% men.
Doesn't that take away from the merit system that you are?
No, but we already. What is a merit system?
No, I mean you're talking about the ideology of having a balanced system, a leveled ground for both, where everyone can compete. So if you split them in 50-50 and then therefore just
merit or leveling the ground does not mean we're on the same level. It starts somewhere. It means that we've already established. No, hell no. We're just saying that we've already established that the playing field is not actually leveled at all. So merit might actually mean 50-50. That is merit. So I don't think that you don't need to reduce merit to actually mean such a narrow.
Would that come off as a form of tokenism, though?
How does it come off as a form of tokenism?
There are just two things I want to suggest.
Yes.
First, that, and you can see the women can't even agree amongst themselves.
Wow, wow, Nicholas. Do you think human beings can't disagree without necessarily being labeled? Seriously. No. What do you mean? Just because we are women, we have to agree?
Can't agree on this.
So let's hear what
Nicholas has to say. You guys can interject.
Wow. Wow. I know.
Two things.
Yeah.
It is true that the women need to begin to get to the basics of understanding the patriarchal nature of our society and stop playing victim. You can play victim, but if you don't understand the system you're up against, then forever you'll be a victim. And I think that she's right to make the point about understanding the basics of that system you're up against and engaging that system from a point of asserting your right.
You can't fix it if you don't know how it works.
Exactly. So you just learn how it works and then don't play victim. The second thing that I think has to be, and I think that our sisters and mothers must understand, is that you have to engage the patriarchal society, because for change to occur, you must remodule, retool, and change their mindsets. And if you're unable to engage that patriarchal society in their spaces and understand the things that drive them, then I think that you'll be spitting against the wind.
I mean, before we started the
I
show,
like the way I like the way Nicholas speaks with his privilege. I know, right? Oh, understand. Do not play
let
victim,
me just say this.
please.
Before we started the show, you are saying that this should be a space where there are 6 women on this panel talking about things, and he's saying, you know, it's not a vacuum, and I think that's what he's trying to say. So that's the kind of engagement that he's trying to talk about.
That's my point. I just thought that you shouldn't be hosting this show because if we're talking about leveling the ground merit, you've probably taken a word job of a woman. I'm just saying.
Based on the token.
50-50 starting from where? How is it tokenism? What can you tell me?
At the risk of being accused of being privileged, that
you are privileged.
He's here on merit.
You are privileged. He is here on merit. Oh yeah, right.
There's a woman who knows a bit about innovating herself in the public eye. Her name is Martha Tukahira. She runs a creative agency called Calabash Studios. I like the name.
That's a cool name. Yeah.
That's a cool name. And she's in our hot seat today.
My name is Martha Tukahira, and I am a creative leader. Creativity is thinking outside the box and meshing your passion and commitment to come up with an innovative product and service. Creativity is a characteristic of good leadership because you're coming together with people from different walks of life and people that have different characters, and you're coming together for one goal. During my career, I have demonstrated creativity through a number of products that I've put out. One of the most important is the Uganda Tourism Directory, which I started when I came back from Canada after living away from home for such a long time. As a young female leader, one of the biggest challenges that I've faced is being young, so my age. So having to meet somebody that is above the age of 40, 50 and convincing them that the product I have in hand is actually going to be beneficial to him, his company, and the rest of Uganda. And the other challenge that I face as a young female leader is being a woman. The mindset here is that women should be subordinate to men. The main way I manage my work and home responsibilities is by having a bunch of lists. So I'm able to know that I'm supposed to look after my kids and be able to finish a proposal and have all these things that I have to do, and then I analyze myself at the end of the week. Strike out from wherever you are. Even though you're in primary school, elementary school, you're in high school, you're in college, strike out in whatever responsibility you have as a leader starting from now. Fasi Fas means defying all odds as a young African woman leader, but also breaking down barriers and turning your challenges into successes.
Really quick parting shots from each one of you as regards the conversation we'll be having: women, politics, money. And I'll just start at the end there with Penelope.
Let's not monetize. Let's get money out of the question. Yes.
Reality. I think reality is, and it's important to stand for your reality. Then maybe you can convince the other or the other. But the women who want to be in politics, they first of all need to understand the environment they're working in. When you understand the environment that you're working in, then you have to brace yourself. You have to go and put yourself in that right, set of shoes, and you get into that environment so that you can victor. Otherwise, if you stay to, the sympathy part of it, I'm the woman, the money should get out when it is there, then you might not get it. So if you're out of the SIP that we've said, or the package that you have to have, if you think that there's some part of you that can go out there and win these voters, this politics of Uganda regardless of the money, then you have to strengthen that, because we have politicians who have made it. A few of them who I would like to mention that we have Betty Numbers, and where she started up to today, you see that she has worked on herself.
Nicholas.
A society that is inclusive of all of its membership is a more productive society. And I think we must work towards removing all the barriers that inhibit women from active participation in politics. If the barrier is money, we must address that concern and allow economic empowerment of women, access to resources to allow them realize their full potential. Even at a family level, if you give more resources to ladies in the family, they are likely to be more productive than the men. So I think we must realize that potential and just unleash that for the betterment of our society.
And last but not least,
Nicholas has spoken for his gender. So I was going to address my last parting thoughts to men who occupy these spaces, and why they need to, first of all, make way, but also be fair, fast as it is. So, and also we need to remove the language that we've been using, say allow, give, no, you're not doing anyone a favor. But the last thing is that to women who are interested in politics, good for you. I just think that sisterhood is important, and just having a strong support system, whether it includes men, women, or whatever it is that is inclusive of that, is a very good starting point for politics.
a big thank you to our guests for being part of the show today, and also a big thank you to you at home for being part of the show. Thank you so much for tuning in. From me, David.
And Becky.
Don't forget, let's make some way and
Make some noise.